2022 versus 2018, perhaps the most consequential difference, the removal of the kind of straight ticket balloting which delivered extreme electoral coattails for Democrats in many Texas urban centers. This midterm, voters must work their way race by race down a ballot featuring a slate of Democrats running statewide, each hoping to bust a quarter-century losing streak. 2 months and change from Election Day, none appear within striking distance yet, with the exception of Democrat for Attorney General Rochelle Garza, just 2 points back from criminally indicted incumbent Ken Paxton, who, by the way, was under the same indictment 4 years ago and still won. Mark Jones, do you see any of these Democrats breaking through?
Well, Garza probably gives Democrats their best hope, assuming she can get the funding, which she hasn't received thus far, because Paxton is without question the weakest member of the Republican herd. Between the indictment, the FBI investigation, the allegations of marital infidelity, you threw it all together, he's their weakest candidate. It's one of the reasons why Republicans tried to get rid of him in the GOP primary but failed. So I think if Democrats are going to knock someone off, other than Abbott at the top of the ticket, when you go down, essentially Paxton would be the one that they have the best hope of. But that would be only if Garza gets the money to effectively go out and campaign in a robust manner, and she doesn't receive much money thus far.
Mustafa, if you had to put chips on one Democrat, where would you place your money?
Well, as Mark said, Rochelle Garza is the one to watch. And if you look across the country, historically, the race that flips from a state, from a Democratic state to a Republican state, or a Republican state to a Democratic state, it's the Attorney General's race. And in this case, as Mark has said, Paxton is one of the weakest candidates, not just this time on the ballot, but historically, he's at all-time low. And we have the best opportunity with Rochelle Garza, not only that she's a good candidate, but she's had the right type of momentum going into the general election.
Keir, no straight ballot voting, 30 seconds. Will that make a difference?
It makes some difference, but we didn't have straight ticket voting in 2020 either. And the ballot drop off, even in Harris County, which has arguably the longest ballot in America, was pretty low. It was in the 5 to 6% range. We used to see much higher ballot drop off for down ballot races in the past. So it's an issue, but I think only a marginal one.
Hard 20 seconds. Charles, you agree with Keir?
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with Keir. And I also think that if national Democrats were serious about turning Texas blue, they would have come in for Rochelle Garza and supported her to the extent that they support some of these other figures in state levels who have kind of risen to national popularity. But they don't seem to be doing that, and their ticket's not that diverse. I mean, I know we're speaking about a Hispanic candidate for Attorney General, but outside of that, their ticket's not that diverse. And so it doesn't really, provide much hope, I think, for them.
Charles, we got to leave it there.